Thank you for watching another episode of Stallones Reviews. Our mission is to help you decide what to love making next. I am Mrs. Stallones Reviews, and I will be guest reviewing today. A big thank you to all of you who have subscribed to our channel. With your help, we have reached and surpassed the September goal of 50 subscribers. Please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. We are now trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of October. Thank you so much. Today, I am reviewing The Flying Dutchman by JMBricklayer. On the Stallones Reviews rock scale of hardness of 1 being easy and 10 being rock hard, I give this kit an 8. It is not a build for a new builder. It has a great lot of small parts and requires some dexterity to assemble. It also has fine wiring with teeny tiny plugs that are a challenge to plug in. I was able to work with them mostly by hand while my husband used his magnifying headset. The instructions were generally easy to understand. Just at first, it didn't signal when you needed to turn the structure you were building on, but after that, it did include the symbol, so I think that may have just been a printing error. The instructions were fairly clear on how to lay the wiring, but if the direction did not include something to do with the wiring, it didn't show the wiring in the diagram. I really appreciated how it showed diagrams of the masts in 1:1 scale, so I could place the pieces correctly vertically. Also, if you watched the unboxing, you know there was a sheet that I wasn't sure about. It turns out that they are luminous stickers that are glow in the dark for the side of the ship. They are in addition to the regular stickers, which are what I put on the ship before I realized. The parts went together pretty well. The round pieces were extremely stiff to get together, but the pieces stayed together once put together. In fact, there were a couple of times when I made mistakes, and it was very difficult to take the pieces back apart. At one point, we had to slice between the parts with a razor to create enough of a gap to pull the pieces apart. It really pays on this build to be careful putting the pieces together correctly the first time. There were no missing pieces and only a couple of extra pieces, which actually made me nervous that I might have left them out of the build. The pieces were solidly made and of good quality. There were also some unique approaches to pieces, including this frame with the pieces to make the chains. I used my husband's experience with his Zoid builds and cut the pieces out with a wire cutter to remove them more smoothly. I really liked the way small pieces were used to build and shape the ship. It was a more satisfying build experience than large, specially crafted pieces. I also liked how the lighting elements were incorporated into the build. The build came with a brick separator, a few stickers, and of course, the lighting elements. I struggled with a couple places in the build. The first was between the first and second section when pieces were being added to the decking. It took me a few times to work out where the supports were to be able to counter the pressure. The second difficult place was the details on the prow. Because of the small size of the ship, a lot of the prow details attach with only one stud and got knocked apart really easily. The part that I was most uncertain about was the lighting. I had never put lighting in a build other than simple lighting bricks. It was difficult to keep the very fine wires from being caught in the bricks. The kit recommends testing the element before you start. They all worked at that point, and at the midway point when everything was installed, but we did have one stop working by the end of the build, though the build still looks fantastic without it. I also had a sudden inspiration when trying to build around some squirrely wires that wanted to get in the way, but would be out of sight. I took small pieces of Scotch tape and taped them down so they would stay out of the way. I do not recommend this build for a beginner. It would be very frustrating for someone who hasn't built many brick builds in the past. But I would definitely build it again. I love how it went together, and the finished project is really spectacular. Did you build the Flying Dutchman? What did you think? Put your comments below. Please like and subscribe to see our latest videos. I hope this review helped you decide if you wanted to make one of your own Flying Dutchman by JMBricklayer. If you're in the position to support us on Patreon, please click the link in the description. We have a camera that needs replaced, and any help you can give would be appreciated. For $3 a month, you get access to our videos ad-free. The $3 you spend can help you find your next project you love to make.
I hope you enjoyed our special guest, Mrs. Stallones Reviews. Look for more from her as a part of the Stallones Reviews team as she tackles more of her own projects. We hope you enjoyed this build and review of the Flying Dutchman by JMBricklayer. JMBricklayer has a ton of fascinating brick builds available. The link to their website will be in the description. As always, thank you for watching. I finally got around to writing an outro to give you plenty of time to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Thanks again to those of you who have already subscribed, and one of you will have the good luck to be my first paid tier patron on Patreon if you subscribe today. For $3 a month, you get access to my videos without having to watch ads. Thank you in advance.